So this is going to be the video of what I keep in my 72-hour kit. Uh, I, it's not all inclusive. I actually have three 72-hour kits or backpacks, go bags, I guess, whatever you want to call them, because it's not just a 72-hour kit as I've talked about in my other video. I actually have one for every member of the family here, although this one is the biggest one, and there are some things that are in this one that are not in the others. But for the most part, all of them are similar. But for this one, I've used this large backpack. It's a Camelback Maximum Gear. It's got these side pockets, the bottom pockets, this pocket here, lots of places for little things and those types, things that you can go in there. And it's got this large overall cavity right here. Of course, you can see the netting, and then in here too, I have in the back of that a large moving blanket, one of those thick moving blankets. I'd like it to be a wool blanket, but it is not. And then I also have a bunch of really thick black garbage bags, a handful of them. And then back behind here, I also have a tarp. You can't really see it from there, but I have a tarp. And then, of course, I've got some carabiners on the top of it and some other miscellaneous things. And then it's also, like I said, the Camelback. And so that's got the big water pouch in the back of that backpack. And then on the outside of the backpack, I have two first aid kits that I keep in there. So these are the ripaway kind, so you can hook them on with the straps right to the backpack, but then they just rip right off for quick access if you need them. Of course, I got my tourniquet on the outside. I've got just a little bit of everything inside of here. Mostly focused on not band-aids, on other types of wounds, and trauma. I even have a folded up SAM splint back up in behind there. Then this smaller bag over here, again, I've got glow sticks, water, trauma gear, Coban. I've got this little blue container right here that has all the little different towelettes, as well as medicines such as important medicines such as Tylenol, aspirin, Benadryl, cleansing wipes, bee sting towelettes, and some other things. Trauma packs, scissors, compressed gauze, and the treated gauze. I'm having a hard time thinking of the name of it right now, but for bleeding control. Then in one outside pocket, I have some the 2,400 calorie bar. These are two. Each one of these are 400 calories. I've got some tent stakes, a razor type knife, a small flashlight, and black tape. In the other side pocket, I have this bottle for I guess carrying water if I needed to, or other types of things. I also have a folded up bag in here that can carry water as well. I've got a can opener and also a P38 type can opener in here. I've got my life straw in here. And then I've got some utensils and iodine in here. Plus, as well as a metal pot that I can use both for drinking, cooking, whatever, that fits nicely over this bottle. Then in here I have some coffee, sugar, flavorings for drinks, and some electrolyte type of drinks. In the outside bottom pouch, I have some paracord, and I have the emergency whistle / compass / waterproof matches are in the inside of there. I have this waterproof and windproof bivy. These things are supposed to retain 90% of your body heat, so I didn't know what a bivy was for a long time, but it's just kind of a one layer bag, not like a it's like a sleeping bag, but there's no lining or anything else. A lot of times bivvies can go around a sleeping bag as well to add that extra layer of insulation. And I've got a pretty good sized poncho here that's a little thicker than some of the ones that you can get like in the dollar store or whatever. This is also the big, large square one with eyelets on the outside that you could make a quick tent or lean-to out of. My emergency blanket, a couple of tools, a nice multi-tool here, as well as a good pocket knife. And then this is a screwdriver set. Inside's a whole bunch of different screwdriver bits, collapsible cup, twine, some good black duct tape, and some more electrical tape. The reason I use electrical tape is because that stuff stays very, very well in the water, and it does, it sticks really good. It's easy to use. It's inexpensive. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but I'm a big fan of the electrical tape. And then in one of the front outside pouches, I keep a good knife out there. This is a folding saw, super cool, locks in place. Then a couple of other pocket knife, another carry knife with paracord on it, a small hatchet with paracord. Also on this hatchet is some common bolt sizes, can opener, rope cutter, there. I'm actually in the middle of upgrading my hatchet to a hatchet shovel combo. It's actually really cool. I wish I had it now, but I don't. But one day. And then a really good just flashlight right there. So in another part of the backpack, this is my boo-boo bag. These are small Band-Aids, and again, more of the little packets of medicines. Things like Benadryl. If in a pinch, when there's when the grid is down, when there's just nothing left, things like Benadryl and Tylenol will be invaluable. And then just some Band-Aids, a good selection of Band-Aids, everything from the large full Band-Aids to knuckle Band-Aids and fingertip Band-Aids. I also have some chem lights in here and zip ties. And then I have, this is a the solar phone charger thing. It's got the double USB ports on it, plus it can be charged by either the sun or by, just a charging cable. The thing with these is that they take about 2 or 3 days of bright sunlight to get a full charge, but they do get a full charge without any electricity. It also has a flashlight on the back of it and a belt clip. This is actually a really nice one, and and so this will go in here. This will charge my phone probably 3 full charges with this one fully charged up. I've got some fire starter. I've got a lot of different kinds of fire starter. This stuff is really cool. It's like a bucket bag. You can get like 10 fires out of this, 10 starting fires out of this stuff. Looks like kitty litter, but you light it on fire and it burns really good. Got a nice pair of work gloves, more paracord, playing cards, more Band-Aids, another heavier pocket knife, another heavier side knife. I like this one because of the big brass end on it. Be used as a hammer type thing if I needed it. Another multi-tool type screwdriver. I don't know if I said a deck of cards, but super important. Then this is one of those lights that you click it, lights up. Also has the batteries. No batteries in this one, so it's just click it, but it does hold a charge after you wind that up for a minute. In another compartment, I keep this is just a little stove type burner for this little solid fuel cubes, and I have some solid fuel cube stuff down inside there. Also have some hand warmers in there, and then I have, let's see, So I have, so this is right here, this is some fishing tackle right here. Then I have some fishing line. And then somewhere, I'm not seeing it right now, but somewhere in here I have a little tiny, it's called a Penn fishing pole. And it extends to a couple of feet. All just fits in a little silver case about like this, has a little reel on it. It's actually really cool. But I'm not seeing it right now. So I know it was here because I had it out today and I was playing with it. So anyway, but so I got fishing gear. So this goes with that. Also have some more lights. This is a headlight and then just a little hanging light. Another, this is it's a lighter fluid match. You strike the match down the side, full of lighter fluid. And then I've got these two right here. These are cell phone accessories, just different kinds of chargers and adapters and cables for various types of phones, Android, iPhone, Type-C. I think that being able to charge phones might be important. The phones may be useless, but there might be other tools on those phones that are valuable. Downloaded maps and those types of things that could come into play. I have so in here I have a small sewing kit, some wire, another multi-tool type pocket knife, a small bag that I have in there, and then I have extra batteries, and then I got these at the dollar store. I know it's trolls, but these are little hand washcloths that come really compressed, but once you get them wet, they open up. Then extra batteries, I've got both type AA and AAA in there. Then I've got this radio flashlight. It's AM, FM radio, alarm, flashlight, wind up thing. Plus it does the phone charging. It's got a port on there for phone charging and other types. And so you can connect all that into there as well. So you can get into the emergency radio. And let's see. So I found my fishing rod. And so it's got this little reel on it. This telescopes out and it, like I said, it goes out 2.5 feet or so, maybe. Now, I don't know, maybe not quite that long. It's got the cap on it, but I got the cap off right now because otherwise the reel, it's easier to keep the reel on than the cap on. So I've got that. Then this is the stuff I keep in the main compartment, I guess, and so some more food. This is my food packet. Let me make sure I've got all this in the video the way I want it to be. So this is one of my food packets in here. I've got peanut butter and oats. I've got coffee. And then each one of these are bouillon, the bouillon powder. I've got beef broth, chicken broth, and then the chicken tomato broth. And so they don't have a lot of nutritional value. They're high in salt though, so you're getting some electrolytes out of those. And then, but I'm a hot cup of soup on after a cold, miserable day is probably pretty legit. And then on the other side of this, I've got some more seasonings, salt, pepper, seasonal, sugar. And then I've got the survival tabs, and I actually have a couple of more bags that I keep in my kit as well. I keep a total of 6 of these. Each one of these has 480 calories in it. And they're different flavors of survival tabs. I've never had them, but they're relatively inexpensive. They aren't going to get destroyed by heat, and they have a really long shelf life. And so, in other words, these can be outdoors. These are great for your car and your truck kits, that you might have in your car, plus, of course, your 72-hour kit. And then I've got this is I've shrink wrapped these in using my vacuum wrapper in these long blocks because they slide very well into my backpack, into that main compartment, and then it can keep stuff all together and clean and whatnot. But this is a hygiene kit. I have everything in there from Clorox wipes to that camp soap. This camp soap is great stuff. One drop goes a long ways. It's just dish soap type of stuff, but highly concentrated. So like one drop will do you kind of thing. So that'll go a really long ways. I have feminine napkins in there as well. Plus a lot of different wipes, toilet papers, and I don't even know. Oh, toothbrushes and toothpaste. I don't have a razor in there. I figure hair will keep me warm. And so then I've got the toilet paper tabs, and then I actually keep one more bag of these in my backpack as well. I've done a little video on these already. These are those little expandable coin toilet paper things. Those are just magic. I love how those work, and they're really sturdy. They can be used as anything from a cleansing wipe to toilet paper to a type of a washcloth. And so they're really good. Then I have my fire starter kit. I have everything in here from some fire starters, these bricks that burn really easy, some small wood. I have candles in here, the long burn candles as well, some different types of lighters and waterproof matches. I have magnesium in there. These pink things are absolutely waterproof. Those are small fire starters. You break them in half, pull a little bit of cotton out of the inside and light them. I've done a video on these as well. They burn for a good, I don't remember what, 4 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. You'll get a good fire out of these. And so I have a ton of matches in here, just small match kits and different things I've thrown in there. I've got cotton soaked in Vaseline, also in here somewhere buried. I've got a small tube of Vaseline in here. I've got the wood chips, and let's see. This is oil and a type of cardboard, and it's a different type of cardboard. I don't know, not just regular, but it's soaked in oil, burns really well, burns for a long time. Some more of those fire sticks there that burn good. Then I've got an MRE, just one more way of supplying food. I've got a bag in here. This is just a little zipper type of lunch bag, but it's also water. It can hold water. I mean, it won't seal, but it can hold water. So it could be a washing bin to wash your hands with, to fill up with water, maybe a little to wash dishes with. You could store it. You keep stuff cold in there, if you know, that type of thing. So I figured that this could be handy. This is my plastic bag, and so I've got everything in here from drop cloths. So this 4 mil drop cloth is like, 10 feet by 10 feet. It's not thick plastic, but it covers a large area, and that may be important as well. And plus, I have every size of Ziploc bag known to man in there, and then a bunch of garbage bags as well. That I keep in there. Garbage bags can do everything from hold garbage to wrap yourself up in at night, to fill with leaves and make a pillow, to help keep you dry, to whatever. A billion uses for plastic bags. And so I thought that those would be important as well. And then here I've got just a cook pot. This is actually given to me. I've got to make a video on this. This company, Bester Grot. I'm gonna have to figure out that name before I make their video. Anyway, they gave this to me and told me to make a video of it on my YouTube channel. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, so it's actually just a good little cook pot. It's got the little handles on it. The lid comes up. It's a French press coffee pot, so you could make coffee in there as well. And for me, that's important. Not just the coffee, but being able to heat water. I've got maps. I've got maps in here, a small first aid guide, notebooks, pens, and papers. And I've got a community map, a Utah County type map, and then a Utah map, and then folded up inside there is a small U.S. map as well. Even though I think I know. I mean, I've grown up in Utah my whole life, and I think I know the roads. But you know, without GPS, and you were to need to find a certain spot, or maybe in the backwoods, or country roads, or in areas that I'm not familiar with, a map is vital. And without the possibility of without us being able to use our cell phones, I think a map is highly recommended as well. We've got drinking water here, and so just a number of the bags of just straight drinking water. I've got my collapsible shovel here that makes a shovel / hoe and pick, and so it's got the pick side to it and the shovel side. It's actually really nice, but this is part of the one that I'm upgrading to go with my the other thing that I said earlier. This box right here is a little solar panel, and so again, without electricity and being able to charge devices, I think it's important. This opens up into 3 layers of solar. And get it open. Anyway, it opens up to 3 layers of solar, 4. I think 4 layers of solar panels. And then, of course, it's got the USB port on the outside so you can charge devices with. But I think also in a pinch, this could be jerry-rigged to get to, to do other types of things like a trickle battery for a motor vehicle, those types of things. And then, of course, I had the carabiners on it. And then I think this is last but not least, I guess, but this is a bag that I've got an extra pair of gloves that are warmer than what I'd have for my work gloves. I've also got a change of socks in here, a stocking cap, and a headband that you can get wet, and that has those little beads in it that help keep you cool. Those type of things. You wear it around your neck or your head, or whatever. So, and I think that's what I have in my kit. So like I said, it isn't all inclusive. It isn't everything that there is. But I don't. Like again, like I said, watch my other video on what's a 72-hour kit for. If I'm using a 72-hour kit, I'm pretty much screwed, I figure. And so being able to live outside and on my own and be able to try and sustain myself and try to be able to find food, catch food, grab food, do something, store food, food, warmth, shelter, and water. If you can meet those 3 needs, you can get by in about any situation. And I've tried to get the warmth and the fire, and then of course I got some food, but that wouldn't last forever. But I could certainly go a number of days on what I have, days, and so I'm sure a person can go 3 weeks without food. And I've got enough food in there with small portions to go, well, even with just an average type of survival portions of 1,000 calories a day, I've got enough food to go, 6 or 7 days that way. Rationing that out, it could go a lot longer than that. And so I think that, I've got enough in my pack to get started anyway. If you're actually watching this video, man, I would love comments. I would love to know what you think should be in here, shouldn't be in here, and what you do with yours. Of course, the type of environment we live in is going to be different. Here in Utah, it's going to be really different if it's summer versus winter. I would love to hear, comments, because I'm not making this video for any other reason than to share with family and friends and to learn from my family and friends. And so I really hope, people have texted me, they have my phone number and they text me, they watch one of my videos and they text me and said, oh, well, I do this in mine. don't text me. Leave it in the comments so everyone can learn from it, because other people are going to watch this too. And so let's help everybody learn. And like I said, if you've got some better ideas, I would just love to hear them. And so, yeah, let me know what you think. Everybody does that whole like and subscribe thing, but I would rather have you comment and than anything. So, but feel free to share this video if you've got a group or something that you'd like to share this with. I'm more than happy to. In fact, I'm more than happy to come out and and help groups. Oh, I got one more thing I keep in my kit. Anyway, I'm more than happy to help groups with anything from first aid to disaster response to CPR to 72-hour kits to whatever. But the last thing I keep in my kit is this little Baofeng radio, and this radio, this is like a ham. It is a ham radio plus other channels. Plus, it connects to the emergency channels, emergency weather, emergency response channels. This does a lot. However, caution, you cannot just go to the store and buy one of these or get one from Amazon and expect it to work. It doesn't happen that way. There's a lot of programming that goes into this and a lot of knowledge, and I was really surprised. I'm going to make a video on this coming up, but you've got to have it pre-programmed before everything goes down. And if you don't have it pre-programmed, it's nothing but a walkie-talkie that'll go a couple hundred yards. And just like the kid walkie-talkies that you could get for $8 at Walmart, it'd be nothing more than that. But if you have it programmed, man, you can talk to somebody on the satellites, and people who are smart with ham radios can connect all over the world. I wanted mine to be able to connect with my family. I've got all of my family in Orem. They've all bought one. We've all programmed them the same, and we can communicate all the way to Orem, even when the grid's down. And so I think this is a super important tool. If you don't have one, get one and learn how to use it. Okay, that's where I'm going to close. Thanks.